But right now, we're going to talk about a really serious issue that, sadly, is more of a problem than it's ever been before. As winter sets in and the holiday season approaches, many of us, of course, surrounded by warmth and comfort. But that's not the case for everybody. For those facing homelessness, the cold can be a harsh daily struggle. According to figures from a year ago, it's estimated that here in Cambridgeshire and Peterborough, 2,000 people will spend Christmas homeless. 2,000 in our part of the world. Truly shocking. So, we got a special feature on it between now and 12. First of all, our reporter Tom Jackson has been to Emmaus in Cambridge, a homelessness charity, to find out the work they're doing at this time of year.
You might be able to hear the odd car passing in the distance, hear the A10 running alongside the gravel car park where there's a great big wooden building that says donation drop-off point. That's because we're at Emmaus in Cambridge. It's the A10 along the side of us, and we're here to talk homelessness, as it's a topic that often comes up around this time of year, and we thought it was about time we check in with one of the local organisations doing great work to support people who face this kind of hardship. Donna Talbot, you're the Chief Executive with us here. So I think the question I wanted to ask to begin with is, how easy can it be to find yourself without a home?
Extremely easy. I think many people are becoming more and more aware that actually there are a raft of reasons. It could be a difficult upbringing, maybe neglect or abuse from your home life. It could be the fact that you had a job and accommodation combined, and sadly losing a job means that you then maybe lose the accommodation. We also find that people are being evicted from properties, landlords not being able to keep properties, and that's really difficult because the individuals may then be able to not find accommodation that is affordable to them. So it makes them really difficult to know where to turn. And sadly, organisations like ours are the ones that people do reach out to, and because they're in such desperate need.
And have you seen sort of an increase in demand for your services?
Sadly, we recognise there is a continual unmet need here at our charity. We recognise there are always far more referrals than we can accommodate here at our charity. We work closely with the Emmaus around the UK, and where we cannot accommodate people, we do encourage them to look at other locations around the area. And we've got other brilliant partners nearby. We'll know of Jimmy's, Winter Comfort, Cambridge Sayrenians, all doing fantastic work. So we work together as closely as we can, but the need, without a doubt, is ever increasing.
And I think the thing that struck me when you were talking about the different things that people could be facing is that anyone could find themselves in that kind of situation, particularly talking like being evicted from properties and that kind of thing. It really could be anyone could end up in this kind of situation, and it's awful to think that.
Indeed, I think we all have a perception of somebody who maybe is homeless being somebody who is drinking or taking drugs on the streets, and so often they are things that people do to medicate themselves from the pain and the trauma that they've lived through. I am seeing an increasing number of people who have had good jobs like yours and mine, and just buckled under the pressure. Maybe a relationship has broken down, and as a result of that they've lost their home. So it's really complicated. Homelessness is not a straightforward situation to find yourself in, and there are usually many layers to it.
Definitely. And as we've been walking through the site here at Emmaus, we've walked past a beautiful little sort of community garden, a little bric-a-brac area, and I mean, we've come to a point here where I want to ask, what are Emmaus doing to support those who do find themselves in that difficult situation?
I think the first and most important thing is being sensitive. For Christmas, for many people, Christmas is a very difficult time. So we have people here who really see this as a family and want to spend Christmas together. But we also have several people who do not enjoy Christmas through things that they've lived through in their past. So we have to be really mindful of that. So we will be doing Christmas lunches here for people, which is absolutely wonderful. And we've got a group of people who will join together and have time enjoying those festivities. But we also have others that will choose to make their own arrangements for Christmas Day, and we respectfully understand why they would wish to do that, and we're there for them during those difficult times. We also do lots in the local environment. So recently we've just taken part in the Christmas Tree Festival at the local church, and I'm delighted to say came away as award winners.
Congrats.
We're really pleased, and one of our wonderful volunteers, Sean, did a tree which was about looking out, so people understanding the challenges of homelessness, and we're delighted that he came away with an award. We are also regularly donating to the other charities I mentioned, Jimmy's Winter Comfort, It Takes a City. We can often support them with things that they need going into the Christmas period, whether that's crockery for lunches they're hosting, sleeping bags, warm clothing. There's lots that we do in that regard as well. So it's a really broad approach that we take, really.
Definitely, and I love the sort of way that the charities and communities are coming together to support each other. And I mean, if that isn't in the spirit of Christmas, I don't know what is. Something else that I wanted to touch on briefly is companions are a big part of what you do at Emmaus. For those who don't know, what's a companion? What do they do?
So a companion is one of the people that we support here. So at the moment we have 44 individuals that are living here with us on the site. They are individuals who have experienced homelessness or have been at risk of homelessness themselves. And by being a companion in an Emmaus community, you come to receive secure accommodation and support. Those two things are absolutely integral and vital. But also we provide people with work experience opportunities. And that for us is really key because it enables people to build their confidence, their self-esteem, and to understand their worth. And lots of people see great pleasure from people who come and visit our community and enjoy coming to support both the charity but also to benefit from the affordable items that we sell here.
Amazing. And how does it feel to be able to see those transformations happen?
It's really rewarding. It's really rewarding. We have a lot of people who come here not really knowing what the next few days might hold, but actually the longer time they spend with us, the clearer their ideas are around the future. They have goals that they wish to achieve, and they are part of a community that supports one another. And that's a big part of being a companion. It's by helping others we help ourselves. And that's not limited just to companions helping each other, but it also includes us helping our wider environment, our wider community, the people that live in our local area.
And as we're walking now towards the shop where plenty of people I'm sure will be coming to visit to maybe find a few stocking fillers and things like that, how can people listening today support the work that you're doing over Christmas and the whole year?
Oh, there are many, many ways. They can shop in our online store. So we have an eBay store. So if you're not local to Cambridge and it's too far to travel, either look for an Emmaus in your local area or do, as I say, look online. But if you are in the local area, come along and visit our shop. We have an emporium where we sell bric-a-brac. We have a shop. We have an electrical area. We sell linens. We sell furniture. There are so many different aspects to what we do here. And you can have an all-important cup of tea, piece of cake or bite to eat at lunchtime as well, because we have a really, really wonderful coffee shop. We understand, however, we are somewhat rural. Although we're in Cambridge, we are not necessarily accessible to all. So we're delighted that on the 7th of December, we will be at the Barnwell Baptist Church, taking some of our wares, our bric-a-brac, our clothing, to that location from 10:30 till 2. And we'll be hosting a jumble sale there as well, so that people in that area can benefit from the affordable items that we sell, whilst also supporting the work of our charity so vitally.
There we are. Donna Talbot, CEO of Emmaus Cambridge there, talking to our reporter, Tom Jackson, at that homeless charity. We're going to continue that chat in a moment or two. I've got a support worker from Emmaus Cambridge and somebody who works there as a companion, telling us more about what they do after this. BBC Radio Cambridgeshire. So we're focusing in on homelessness today, not for the first time and not for the last, I promise you that. It's an increasingly big problem in our part of the world. And that shocking figure, this is last year's estimate of what happened then, and it'll be worse this year. 2,000 people spending Christmas homeless in our part of the world, in Cambridgeshire and Peterborough. So Emmaus are our sort of guests today to talk about what they do, which is an amazing amount of work. Let's go to Emmaus, which is just past Milton if you're heading out from Cambridge towards Ely. Michael Canning joins me first of all. Hi, Michael.
Hi there.
A support worker for Emmaus, and you're relatively new, aren't you? Week 6, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Week 6 at Emmaus, so still getting used to everything at the community, but I've been working in this sector for a long time.
Just talk about the big figures here, that whole business of, year after year, the problem isn't going away, it's actually getting worse.
Yeah, I know. And there are, I wouldn't even want to begin to try and explain how many different causes there are for the situation we've got, but we definitely need more more solutions and more creativity within that as well.
Well, what I want to focus on is the great work that happens at Emmaus, and there's lots of them, aren't there, spread all over Europe, actually. And the concept, the idea of what you do, just explain that, first of all, Michael. We're going to bring in a companion in a moment or two, Gary, in just a second or two. But, Michael, first of all, explain to us what you do at Emmaus.
Okay. Well, I mean, first and foremost, we are a community of companions. So there's lots that gets added into the value of the guys that we work with, the fact that we are all together in a community setting, living on the one site. A big part of what Emmaus does as well is obviously our social enterprise side, which provides the guys with meaningful working duties to operate in throughout the week, but it also generates through reuse and kind of upcycling and all other selling on of stuff that people so kindly donate to us in our shops and in our warehouses. We're able to sustain the community and use those funds to support the companions as well.
I've got to tell you, Michael, at home, I'm very proud to tell you I've got a wardrobe and a chest of drawers that I got at Emmaus, and very lovely they are too. And that's one of the ways that people can come and support. They can come and buy things, can't they?
Exactly, yes. And I mean, I've been absolutely astounded. Like I said, I've only been here a short period of time, but the range of things that people have been kind enough and considerate enough to donate to us means that, I mean, I'm absolutely bowled over by the amount of different stuff that we have in our shop and our warehouse, to be fair.
Michael, going to talk some more in a second or two, but let's introduce Gary Symonds to the conversation. Hi, Gary. Morning to you.
Yes. Morning, Chris.
Thank you so much for chatting. You are what's called a companion. So you live at Emmaus Cambridge now, right? How long have you been there?
Yes, I do. I've been here 5 years now. Well, nearly 5 years. It'll be 5 years March.
Congratulations on that. Just tell us what difference Emmaus has made to your life, Gary.
A big difference. I've been in the Emmaus total since 2015. So I was at the community in Sheffield before I came here, and it's changed my life a lot. I work doing online sales.
Right.
Here. That's helped a lot, and working with computers as well. Sometimes when I get the chance, like building and repairing computers, and computer resale, refurbish we have here.
And here's the thing, Gary. You were homeless before. Emmaus have not only given you somewhere to stay, somewhere to live, but also something to keep you busy, a job. You're part of a community there. Just explain why that's worked for you, Gary, if you can, please.
It's given me a sense of purpose in life and like something to keep me occupied, to keep my mind off of other things that might make me slip back into old habits.
Yeah.
And it's changed a lot. So I've been able to go to like concerts and things with money that I've saved as well. So I've got back into like going to concerts and things like that for Emmaus. So yeah.
And what's it like to be there with other people who've kind of gone through similar experiences? I guess at one point you thought there was no hope for you, Gary. I mean, you were in a dreadful situation, right?
Yeah, at one point, several points, but being here, there's a lot of people here. It's 40-something of us here at one time, so it can be a bit stressful at times. Not everyone necessarily always gets along, but we kind of work through it, and it all kind of works out in the end. So everyone kind of does get on.
Gary, I want to ask you. I want to ask you a difficult question, my friend. You don't answer it if you don't want to, but where do you think you would be today? What would have happened to you if it wasn't for Emmaus?
I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Emmaus. Because when I was homeless, I had very little outlets for food and things like that. I was severely underweight at one point. I was under 7 stone, which I'm nearly 6 foot, is quite quite underweight. So yeah,
it's a lifesaver. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Tell me what you do day to day, Gary. So you're online doing the sales and so on, but in terms of the living accommodation and so on, what's it like there?
Get a room with an ensuite bathroom. Get all our meals get made for us. There's someone who's dedicated to making like lunch and dinner for everyone.
Right.
And things. We get all our food and everything. We're getting a personal allowance every week, and we get money put by as savings that we can use as well. So I get a lot of concert tickets and things like that.
Good man.
I save up for them. Yeah.
Good man. Gary, thank you so much for I know it's a difficult subject, but thank you for being so honest with us. And Michael Canning, support worker at Emmaus. There are lots of Garys, aren't there, at Emmaus all over the country, and it's great to hear that, you know, someone who almost had given up hope can get their life back. As simple as that.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things that happens within Emmaus that I think is so great is like when Gary was talking about, you know, kitchens being staffed to provide meals. It's staff working alongside companions in those tasks. So not only are the companions involved in it, but also we try, if there's an area they're working on where there's training we can get people involved in that could benefit them moving forward, we do that. It's the same in all areas, whether it's shop sales, whether it's warehouse, whether it's maintenance work, which we do the majority of that in-house with skilled staff, but alongside companions that we can train up. It just helps with the whole relational side of things.
Yeah, it's all about giving them a purpose, isn't it? Michael, thank you so much. Michael Canning, support worker at Emmaus. Gary Symonds, a companion at the charity, and of course we heard from Donna Talbot, the chief executive, a bit earlier on. Check out their website if you'd like to try and help them. I'm sure they would love to hear from you, and that is emmaus.co.uk. Emmaus Cambridge.